analyzed over 500 meta ads from our DTC clients, and here are 5 formats that are absolutely crushing it for them. And one of these generated a 3.88x ROAS for a DTC client, spending over $1,200 a day. But here's the thing, most Shopify store owners and DTC brands are stuck using the same concepts from 2022. If you want to scale your ads, you need consistent, fresh ad formats every single week. But here's the good news. In this video, I'm gonna break down 5 concepts that are working right now, why they work, and how to use them yourself. Now, look at this cup, because the first concept is something that has worked for hundreds of years, but now we are digitalizing it. And that is the PR callout. The PR callout is essentially a article type of creative that looks like something you'll see in the news. This type of content people do a lot on socials with carousels, but actually works incredibly for ads. Now, if I was going to make one for a cup like this, I would start with a headline. Something like, why thousands of UK tea drinkers are switching to this mug. If I don't have an article, because I probably don't, you can just make it up. Something like tea drinking standard or tea drinking news. It's nothing bad about it. It's just an ad. Then the subheadline is going to be something that draws a benefit. So you can see here, say goodbye to bulky layers with advanced heating technology, or cutting through the noise of the supplement market. Alive saves you money and prioritizes your individual health. The headline sells people to read the copy. You can have actually a lot of copy here as long as the headline is benefit driven and also calls out somebody. Best personalized vitamins to buy in the UK, calls out UK people and people that want personalized vitamins. You can finally stop testing other diffusers. This calls out people who are testing diffusers. Now, the reason this works so much is because the PR callout is a classic type of format that people are used to seeing, and it's so easy to digest. It triggers curiosity and it cuts through the noise whilst everyone is just mashing UGC videos or high production looking images. However, we find that this works even better if you pair it with a listicle or an advertorial, where somebody clicks this and it's actually a page that you made on lead pages, for example, that is basically this exact thing, kind of like this, 5 reasons why alley-oops, whatever, and you can read through it and it's just basically 5 reasons, like a listicle. And then when they click shop now, it then takes them to the website, right? This is working for so many brands right now, and this is a frictionless way to take people to your Shopify store. You cannot run this ad directly to a product page. It doesn't really work. However, when you run this directly to a advertorial page or a listicle, your conversions are likely to explode. So definitely worth a try. This is very good for brands like supplements. 90% of product brands, lifestyle products, fashion products. It's not very good for software, in my opinion, or consulting, but you can give it a try. The next type of creative is the founder objection. It looks something like this.
If you're scared to report crimes because you don't want your identity being leaked, you can fear no more. You can do all of that now through Community Wolf and on.
Or like this.
If I want pieces up, they'll go up.
Now, whilst other people are talking about founder type of creative, it makes sense, and the founder should tell a story in one type of ad, but this type of ad is for higher conversions because it's essentially calling out objections and handling them. So for example, there might be a comment on TikTok saying, oh, but it's just like every other mug. And I could do a video that's like answering to that comment, something like, whilst it does look like every other mug, we have specifically fabricated this to look like every other mug, but not function like every other mug, because the walls inside it and the material makes your hot drink hotter for 5 times longer than every other mug in the market. Something like this. Like, I'm just making shit up. But this is very good to address customer skepticism. And the comment component like this is a very organic format. So it doesn't look like an ad. And the goal is to make ads that don't look like ads. This is great for higher ticket products. This is great for skeptical older audiences. It's good for tech. It's good for beauty and health. This is a very versatile type of creative. You just need to make sure that you get the founder in it. If you're the founder, just do this type of creative. You can use it for retargeting as well. It's absolutely great for retargeting. The next type of video is the mini VSL. Now, this one is absolutely printing. This is a screenshot from one of our client accounts right now. The mini VSL is crushing it, as you can see. Let me give you an example.
This doesn't target cellulite. This does. Here's why the gym isn't getting rid of your cellulite. Cellulite is caused by fibrous bands pulling down on your skin, creating that orange peel texture, and
Now, this, unlike other VSLs that are very long and like super drawn out, 4 or 5 minutes long with a huge authority builder. What we are doing is combining a short form type of content, handling an objection, and throwing in some educational component to really sell this product. So for example, if I was to do this, if you're somebody whose tea gets cold before you finish it, I'm about to reveal a new invention that is making hundreds of UK tea drinkers switch from their conventional mugs. Now you see, most coffee mugs rely on cheap classic ceramic or china to make them because they're easy to manufacture and they're gonna make a lot of money. But what we have found is that if you just simply switch to a poly ceramic iodized material that looks like this, not only would the mug look like every other mug, but it actually keeps your coffee warmer 5 times longer. And this is the exact technology that we incorporated in this mug here. So what we've done is we've taken a problem, handled an objection, and then did a bunch of information and science. And here's another example.
Think copper peptides are just hype? Well, Brian Johnson noticed rapid hair growth after taking it, and hundreds of studies have shown it to visibly reduce signs of aging. Let's be honest, most anti-aging products are just expensive moisturizers. So I get why people are skeptical about anything that claims to combat aging. But GHKCU is different. It was discovered in 1973, and this copper peptide basically tells your skin cells to act younger at a DNA level. 300 plus studies.
So now you understand how to do the mini video sales letter. The only thing you need to do is make sure that your hook is strong and it's strong enough for cold traffic or people who are skeptical. The problem you address is a problem that people have actually mentioned. So use your research to find problems that people have actually experienced. You should have the science and the solution work together and then have a call to action. That's the formula. Just run it. The next type of creative is the street interview style. So look something like this.
How many times did they claim your car was fixed until you stopped believing them?
4 times. Same issues.
Or like this.
Hey, excuse me. Hey guys, we're out here doing a taste test of Flywell, a natural jet lag solution with adaptogens and vitamins. Let's see what people think. Hey, excuse me. Do you want to taste test this jet lag here? Sure.
So tests and questions work really well for the street interview creative. This is an amazing type of creative that's absolutely printed for brands. In fact, we just found an absolute winner for one of our clients. And if you want a breakdown of these, just go to the link in the comments and I'll give you the entire playbook for free. But essentially, it's a creator that interviews random strangers about your product and about the problem. Now, why this works is that it feels very organic, unscripted, unfiltered, and people love watching street interviews. They're very popular on YouTube, on TikTok, etc. Now, if I was to do this, I wouldn't go out to the street and like have somebody talk about the mug. I would interview somebody. Hey, excuse me, have you ever had your coffee go cold before you even finish it? Yes, I have. How did you know? Oh, so many people experience this. Have you tried Le Creuset mugs? No, what's that? And then you just kind of get into that, right? One thing to bear in mind though is that you need to use a hook that hits all three. It calls out the audience, it implies the benefits, and it creates curiosity. I could start the video like, today we're going to interview coffee drinkers to see if they experience this exact problem. Or start with a question like, hey, does your tea ever get cold before you finish it? Some mistakes to avoid is that you don't want to be describing the product. You want to have a conversation. For this example, rather than saying, yeah, so this coffee mug has all these features and whatnot, you would say, what if there was a mug that would keep your coffee hot 5 times longer? That would be amazing. Actually, we've designed one that does exactly that and is this. That's how you will get into it rather than just like spitballing and describing stuff, because that's going to get it really boring and people are going to be like, oh, this is such an ad. Now, the last one was one of the original creatives that I did for this air fryer brand that absolutely crushed the ad account. It's basically the us versus them challenge, and it looks like this. Which one will make the crispiest sweet potato fry? This oven or the air fryer? Now, what this does is rather than just having an us versus them saying, we are good, these are bad, you do a challenge. Like you actually put some stakes in it. You make people see that this is good and this is not good. An okay example will be something like this.
A blind taste test. Liquid Death flavors versus the most expensive beverages on earth. $1.99 Liquid Death.
The only problem with this is that it looks overly produced and it doesn't look authentic enough, which is the rule number 1. You need to make sure it looks authentic. If it doesn't look authentic, people are going to go, oh, this is obviously staged. So what I will do instead is I will have 2 mugs like this. I would pour hot coffee in both of them and I'll put a thermometer on both sides and I'll be like, which one is going to hold the heat the longest? And then I'll do a time lapse. That could be an us versus them challenge. And then maybe have people reacting to it. You want to make sure that it's entertaining enough. So in my example, I wear can make it entertaining would be like 2 people are going to be drinking from different mugs. We'll see which one gets colder and we'll have the temperature and they're both drinking it and enjoying it and you can see their commentary. You want to make sure you use contrast, not trash talk. You don't want to just like say, oh, this sucks and this is better. You want to say why, like, and there needs to be moments of doubt. Somebody needs to go, well, actually, this is good, but, and then that keeps people feeling like there is no bias towards something. So why do these 5 concepts work whilst everything else seems to be failing for you? It's mainly because these concepts bypass this feels like an ad test. You want some of your ads to not look like ads, because the goal of a successful ad account is to have lots of different ad formats that people respond to more. Like if you go on my Instagram feed, it's high production videos. If you go on my fiance's, it's like low quality, like lifestyle videos. And so if you have different ad formats showing up on different accounts, you are gonna scale and grow because you're reaching more people with different formats. They also target people at different stages of buying. Everybody's at a different stage of buying. Like sometimes you go to the shop and you're ready to buy it. Sometimes you're just window shopping. And this is all based on so much data that we have collected in our agency, Epic Ads Lab. But here's the thing, these concepts won't work forever. What's crushing it in this quarter will not be crushing by the end of the year because everybody's going to start copying them. Now, inside my community Ad Creators Lab, I have given you the entire system that we use inside our agency to script your own ad creatives with our own custom GPTs, but also get access to our community of creators who have been seasoned and trained to make different concepts all the time, which will help you come up with the next format that could be a winner for your ad account. More importantly, we are constantly identifying winning formats before they become public. So if you join the community, you will have instant access and you're going to be ahead of your competition. So if you want access to that, check the first link down below. But if you want us to do the ads for you, then you can click the second link down below. And if you still want to just do it yourself, you want to watch this video to show you how to make an AI ad creative in less than 10 minutes. See you in the next one.